Hello and welcome to Quinergy by AC. My name is Kristen and thank you for tuning in. And thank you for visiting here in my garden. I find a nice little spot to do this session. And today's session you want to do if you want to work your lower body and especially targeting your glute muscle. The session today consists of 2 blocks. Each block contains of 4 exercises. We're going to work for 45 seconds and 15 seconds for the next exercise. And we're going to do them all for 3 rounds. The first block we're going to be doing standing, and then the second block we're going to be lying on our exercise mat. You might want to bring an exercise band, but you can easily do this session with no equipment at all. This is all about staying focused, feeling the burn and the squeeze in that muscle, and you can do that as well with no exercise band at all. So do whatever fits you the best and where you feel it the best way. So let's get going, get those buttocks working and burning, and you will feel so much better by the end of this session. So welcome and thank you for joining me. So if you're going to use an exercise band, please put it above your knees to protect your knees. We are ready for exercise number 1. I'm just going to show you before we start the timer. We are going to do a squat and an abduction with our right leg, and only the right leg. And then we're going to do another exercise. I'll show you in the rest period, and then we're going to do the squat with the left side. So no worries, I'm not going to forget your left side. So let's count down from 10 seconds. Doing the squat with the abduction with our right leg. So shoulders back, get your core muscle working, and we're gonna go down and lifting up, back down again. And I know it's very tempting to point your chin in front when you're going down in the squat, but try to keep that chin in nice and tucked at the right position. So lifting up, and of course you should be able to feel it in your outer thigh, and go back down again. Doing the abduction, you might want to add your arms to keep the balance, or just keep your arms in front of you. Do whatever it fits you the best. So doing the squat position on the standing leg, good to get down in a 90-degree angle. Inhale and exhale. Just keep it going, and here we go. We're gonna take our right leg back. We're gonna do a lunges, up, back down again, and to center, and we're gonna alternative with our left leg. So keep it in a straight position, going down, lifting, back down, center, and alternative with the other leg. Remember to keep a very good 90-degree angle in the front leg and moving backwards, so you keep your knees behind your toes all the time. So lifting up, squeezing that glute muscle, keep going, way back, lifting, squeezing, back down to center, and inhale, and exhale, squeezing when you get those legs together, and feel it in your glute and your lower body. Get into center, and here we go. Back into a squat position, toes and knees pointed the same direction, shoulders back, ready to do the squat and the lifting with our left leg. Here we go. Go down, lifting, and back to center. So keep the nice position on your standing leg, lifting your left leg out to the side, and make sure you feel it on your glute muscle, lifting and squeezing. So don't go back down again until you feel that squeeze in your glute area. Go back down and up again. Chin in, chest up. Look at me as I look at you. Only 10 more seconds. Don't think about anything else than making your muscle working. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna go down in a low squat position, and only thing we're gonna do here is moving our legs out and back in again. Not kissing each other, but just keep the distance between your legs all the time. So moving out, back again. So abduction, adduction. Keeping your chin in, chest up, and make sure you do sort of like a little pumping movement, out and back in again, not letting those knees kissing each other, chin in, and feel it in your glute muscle and in your thighs, your lower body. Inhale, exhale for another 14 seconds. Keep it burning, pressing out and back in again. And also, if you do this with no exercise band, you just gotta press out and keep it in again. Here we go, shaking those legs out. Round number 2, starting with the squat with the abduction of your right leg. So back to exercise number 1. 3, 2, and here we go. Lifting and go back down again, only using that right leg for the lifting part. Go back down, get your weight back on your heels, lifting. And when we do the lifting with our right leg, we gotta squeeze that standing leg as well. Inhale and exhale, and just enjoy the burning feeling in both the standing and the right lifting leg. 8 more seconds to go. Straightening, go back down again. Here we are doing the lunges with the hip extension. So moving our right leg in the back, the left leg are standing nicely and firm in the front, shoulders back, and go down, lifting, back down, and in center. Alternative with the other leg. Go back in, keeping your core nice and engaged. Remember your pelvic floor, lifting, and get that squeeze. So don't think about anything that squeezing those muscles. Knees behind toes on the front leg, and just keep your heel lifted on the back leg. Down in that 90-degree angle, lifting up and back in center. Here we go, ready to do the squat. Toes and knees pointing out to the side, ready to go down and lifting our left leg. 4 more seconds, nice and easy shoulders, and here we are. Go down, lifting, and be careful you don't tilt to the right side. Keep yourself in the middle and moving upwards, squeezing. And don't squeeze your face, just squeeze your glute muscle, engaging that core and of course pelvic floor. Leaning back a little bit and get that weight on our heels. Back down again, try to hit that 90-degree angle, but you can always work on the range of motion. So fair enough, if you can't go all the way down, it will come. Here we are, ready to go down in a low squat position, getting those legs out and in. So make sure you have your legs bended and your hips bended the full 45 seconds. So moving out, back in again. And no kissing knees. Don't let them go in here. Keep it going out and back in where your knees are pointing forward. Pressing out. And while you're standing here, you might as well engage your pelvic floor and your core muscle. So from the side, we're not bending our back, lifting up, looking proud, pointing those knees out and back in again. So consistent in keeping your abdominal muscle working nice and tight. Keep it going. Let's go. Don't let me hang, and press it out, relaxing your legs, ready for the last and third round. Doing the squat positioning, shoulders back, lifting your chest up, and we are ready. Squat, lifting our right leg for the last third round. So make sure you're feeling it just as good as the 2 previously rounds. Lifting back down again. So if you do this in a proper way, which I'm sure you are, really feeling and engaging your muscle, then it's not necessary to work for hours and hours to targeting those glutes. So less is more when you get that engagement in your muscles. So think about nothing else than feeling it in your lower body right now. Inhale and exhale, lifting that leg up. Here we are, squeezing that glute muscle. Go down, lifting up, back and to center, moving backwards, up, back down, and make sure you have that knee behind the toe on your front leg. Chin in and chest up. Up and squeezing, back again. And you should be able to feel it as well, even though you don't have an exercise band on. Make sure you are squeezing as much as possible. Back to center for another 5 seconds. Let's targeting getting both legs done here, lifting and back. So get into that squat positioning, ready to do the squat and the lifting with our left leg. Toes pointing out, shoulders back, and here we go. Down and lifting. Only our left leg now. So if possible, get your weight back on your heels and go back in that 90-degree angle in both legs. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing and then feel it in your other side of your hip. Chin in and squeeze. Keep the distance between your legs all the time. Lifting, moving up, back down again for another 5 seconds. Squeezing and lifting. Here we go. The last and fourth exercise in block number 2. Down in a squat positioning, moving our legs out and in. So buttocks back, chin in, chest up, pumping out and in. Pressing out. Feel it in your legs and your thighs and your glute muscle. Chin in. Do remember this is the last time. We'll get a little bit of water. So pointing those knees out and back again. And you can always go a little bit lower. Just make sure that you feel it all the time. Moving out and in, and keep going with me here for the last 10 seconds. Water coming up. Inhale, exhale, and squeezing all the way through. Very good. So let's get a bit of water, resting those knees just for a few seconds before we hit block number 2. We are ready for block number 2. And as I said in the beginning, we are gonna be lying down. So to begin with, we're gonna lie on our right side. Lying down. And make sure that your arms are resting just underneath your head. We're gonna lift up our upper leg. We're gonna point it in front of us, and then we're gonna go back and squeeze it so we make a hip extension. So all the way back here. Make sure you're not moving forth and back with your upper body. Just make it stay still using your core muscle. Just gonna move that a little bit away, and let's get going. Lying down. Maybe you want to bend a little bit with your lower leg for the stability, engaging your core muscle, and we are pointing our knees in front of us and stretching back. So dipping that knee down and regretting and moving it back again. So make that hip extension all the time so you are engaging your glute muscle. Relax that head down on your lower arm, squeezing and kind of thinking about that you are kicking something behind you. So lifting and squeezing, moving up and back down again. And when you're moving that leg back, make sure you don't move your lower back. Just keep it still by engaging your core muscle. Inhale and exhale. Here we go. Lying down on our stomach, hands underneath our hips. And we're going to do a frog thruster, a frog lift where we're lifting up and back down again. So hands underneath hips, moving upwards, squeezing your glute muscle, back down again. Forehead, you can rest that on the exercise mat and make sure you're relaxing your shoulders, squeezing your glute muscle, go back down again. Inhale and exhale, and you might as well engage your pelvic floor. Squeezing back down again. Inhale and exhale, relaxing those neck muscles and moving up and back down again. You can always do it single leg if that feels more comfortable in your back. Whatever it takes to make your buttocks burn and glute working, relaxing that lower back. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to turn around, lying on the opposite side of before. So lying down on your left side, hands in front of you, getting ready to go forward and get back in that hip extension. So forward and back again. Engaging your core muscle, keeping your upper body in a nice safe position, squeezing and engaging that glute muscle every time you are going back and doing the hip extension. Make sure you're relaxing your face muscle and just inhale and exhale, squeezing, kicking back, engaging your core, and move it and feel it. Pointing in front of you and squeezing, going back. Every time you're going back, you feel that glute engaged and burning. Go down on our forearms and we are just gonna do lifting up, back down, alternative between our right and left leg. So looking down, lifting and go back, alternative between those two legs. Squeezing, lifting, and keep that core muscle nice and engaged, lifting, squeezing. You can also do this with a knee bended instead. Do what makes it most comfortable for you, and of course still feeling your glute muscle working. Inhale and exhale for another 10 seconds. You can always put your head on your hands and relaxing your neck, squeezing, lifting. Here we go. Back on to our right side. Exercise number 1 for our second round. All the way down and ready to get that knee in front of us and squeezing back and relax that head. Maybe you want to put your hand on top of your hip just for a little bit of more stabilization. That's what works for you. It's fine with me. Squeezing, going back, and get that core muscle and nice little squeeze as well. And you can always combine it also with your pelvic floor, squeezing and focusing on your glute muscle, keeping that upper body in a nice position. Inhale and exhale. Lifting, go back in front again. Here we are, lying down on our stomach, hands underneath our hips, looking down, and do this frog lift with straight legs. So we're moving up, feeling that squeeze in both our glute muscle, going back down. So you should feel it all the way up here. So lifting, squeezing, and relaxing that neck, moving up and back down again. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing, go back again. So feel it in both your glute muscle. Keep your back safe in a good position, engaging your core muscle. And here we go, lying down on our left side, hands underneath our head, relaxing shoulders and head, ready to point your knees in front of you and go back and squeezing that glute muscle. No surprise, right? Been saying it a few times just to remind you, feeling your way, don't think about anything else. So this glute muscle is usually a very lazy muscle, even though it's the biggest of them all in our body, but you really need to engage it, to feel it and get some results. Inhale and exhale, dipping, extension. So get that squeeze every time you move back with your leg. Here we go. Get up on our forearms, looking down. Little bit of space between your knees. Maybe you want to rest your head on your hands and straight line up and back down again. Squeezing back again. Feel it in your glute, but make sure that your lower back is in a nice, good position. So exercise band or not, just make it burn. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than you might want to stay and squeeze before you're lowering your leg again. Then you just do that. Lifting and back again. Relaxing your neck and lift. Here we are. Last round, going back on our right side for the last time. Hand underneath your head. And here we are, pointing back and go back again. You can always put your top hand on your glute muscle. So if it's a little bit hard to feel it squeezing, then you're just gonna put your hands on top and feel it for every single movement. So lifting and pointing back down again. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing, relaxing your face, dipping down and back up again. 10 more seconds. Squeezing back in again. And here we go. We are ready to come back down, lying on our stomach, hands underneath our hips, looking down, doing the frog lift with both our legs. So squeezing and lifting, looking down and engaging your pelvic floor, your core muscle. Try to do it with straight legs, straight knees, all the way up. Go back down again. Inhale and exhale. And feel every single little movement. It's our last and third time. So now you should feel the burn in those glute muscles. Lifting, reaching up, go back down again. 3 more seconds and 2 exercises to go. Very good. Lying down on our left side for the third and last time. Hand underneath our head. A little bit of bend it on our lower leg. Go down in front and squeezing and go back with that leg. engaging your core, keeping your upper body in a still position, squeezing, and feel it each time that you do the extension of your hip. So pointing down, go back again. Inhale and exhale. Last time here, lying on our left side. In just a few seconds, we have the one standing on our forearms, lifting alternative leg, and then we are all done. Here we are, moving around, lying on our forearms. A little bit of position between your elbows and your knees. Inhale and exhale, and here we are for the last exercise, moving up and back down again. So make sure that your lower back is nice and tucked in the same position, not swaying and not extension and flexing, or just keep the same position just as a plank. Lifting up, squeezing that glute. And don't squeeze your face muscle, just relax in your face, putting all the energy in your glute muscle. Remember, this is our last exercise, so keep it going. Squeezing. Here we are. Very good. Just gonna stop this one. And if you have Exerciseband on, please take it off. And we are just gonna lie down on our back and put our right foot on our left, getting in here and get that squeeze in, not a squeeze actually, but a stretch in our right glute muscle. Lie down with your head and use your breathing to get into that nice stretching of your right glute muscle. Bending your elbows a little bit. Inhale and exhale. And we are ready to change for the opposite leg. Just doing the same, reaching underneath your legs and squeezing that, stretching your glute muscle, relaxing your shoulders, your face. Inhale and exhale. Very good. So I will put a link in top of this video and below this video for a little bit longer of a stretch. You can do it as you please. So if you feel getting anything out of this content, please subscribe to my channel. There is a lot of different kind of video sessions, training sessions, so please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in one of my other sessions. So until then, take care and stay happy. Bye.